And then I just want to touch on The Killer, if I can, guys, because I saw The Killer, David Fincher's new
I'm so
film.
jealous.
I've been looking forward to this movie for a hell of a long time. I adore David Fincher. I adore Michael Fassbender, and this movie, I haven't seen a trailer. I haven't seen anything. I just know that like I can kind of grasp what it's about because it's Michael Fassbender. But all in all, I loved this movie. I'm seeing a lot of reviews that are giving it between 3.5 to 5, and I'm up the upper echelon. I'm at 4.5 for this film. Uh, so I'm not going to give away anything in terms of over like story, but like the whole general layout of the story is it follows a hitman played by Michael Fassbender and
Right.
through the fallout of his latest job. Um, that's all I'm going to say about the story. The story is quite. The only downfall of this film for me is the story is quite generic. But I was talking to Epix about this, friend of the show, shout out Epix. Is that wasn't really like a down point for me, and he agreed that it's because of Fincher's directing. He kind of made that generic story brilliant. But what this whole film surrounds is the idea of precision, about how everything is planned, especially towards this like specific hitman in his job. Everything's planned to a T, and the idea of one simple mistake just making everything crumble around him, that's brilliant. And then it's all about the aftermath. Fincher is Fincher, so it comes no surprise. His directing is brilliant here. The cinematography makes the entire film seem so claustrophobic at times. It's hard to describe, but like the cinematography makes the film feel clean when the killer is precise and dirty when he's not. You'll understand when you see it. There's like obvious shots where you're like, this is really just well done. Fassbender's brilliant. His role really reminds me of David out of Prometheus. That like really sophisticated sort of I can't take you seriously, Byron. That sophisticated sort of that nature. But yeah, so the one downside is the movie is quite generic, but like the storyline is quite generic, but it's done brilliantly. And to consider that Five Nights and The Killer both have almost the same runtime, The Killer's pacing was perfect. This movie sprints by. Um, yeah, in terms of the atmosphere and everything like that, it's awesome. I loved it. I think it's just edging inside my top 10 of the year. It does have one of the best openings to a film I've seen in years. Um, the opening of the film, I saw it with a friend. Like we were in awe after, and we're just like, let's fucking go. Like, it's really, really damn good. So the
What's
kids,
the genre, Harry? Is it like an action movie or a thriller or
Crime thriller?
yeah, I'd go more thriller. It definitely has a
okay.
lot of action in it. There is some great action moments. There's one fight in particular that I think it's up there for the best fight this year. I think John Wick probably edges it, but it's some of the best. Like it's very grounded. It reminds me of a New Age Bourne. That's how I would describe it. It reminds me of as if David Fincher directed a Bourne movie, which that's perfect. That should
It
sell anybody.
sounds pretty dope.
Yeah. But yeah, so definitely go see it. It comes out on Netflix in a couple of weeks. I loved it. Again, I do see people giving it less of a score for me, so you might not like it as much as I do, but that's the beauty of film. But I gave it 4.5. I think it's brilliant.
Considering I've given like David Fincher, I think 4 or 5 of his films are like a 5 star for me.
Yeah.
I'm not too worried about it.
No, it's awesome. It's great. I can't wait to you guys see it so we can talk about it a bit more.